Well, there are many hidden gems in Peoria, and today we have a local author to tell us all about it.
Molly Bishop is a lifelong Peoria County resident and the author of 100 Things to Do in Peoria Before You Die. Good morning, Molly. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
So can you tell us a little bit about your book, 100 Things to Do in Peoria?
Sure, absolutely. Well, a little over a year ago, I grew up on Peoria's West Bluff, and the daughter of someone who went to grade school at St. Mark's with my husband and I reached out to me. And her daughter was working at this publishing company in St. Louis called Reedy Press, and said, hey, you're a local author and writer and history buff. Would you like to get connected? And a couple days later, I had a contract signed, and here we are now.
Yes. Wow.
After a year of work, and it's in stock, yay.
Oh, yeah.
So anything, I'm passionate about Peoria area. I'm a lifelong Peoria area resident, and you know, the opportunity to highlight nothing but positive, wonderful things about Peoria, I'm on it.
Right.
And my original list was actually over 300 plus long. So it was very difficult in some of the sections to kind of cut down. And yeah, so there's the 100 main vignettes, and then there's also dozens and dozens of honorable mentions of other things, because you just can't have just one of each.
The list goes on and on.
See, I guess just being here a little over a year, I wasn't realizing how much there actually is to do.
Oh my gosh, everything from festivals, cultural events. We have, one of the things that's my favorite thing about Peoria is we have over 9,000 acres of parkland.
Wow.
And I'm a hiker. I'm not like a rough hiker. I just hike Forest Park and Detweiler and things like that. But we have this beautiful, amazing, huge, it's one of the biggest park systems in the Midwest. So that alone, with all our green space in our river, oh my gosh, like just our green space here, and then all the things we have on the riverfront. And there is, I'm telling you, when people say there's nothing to do in downtown Peoria, don't believe them. Pick the book up. We have axe throwing, we have rock climbing, we have restaurants, we have taverns, historic, the Blue Duck Tavern, you know, just so many things to do down here.
Well, so
and it is really good.
Obviously, there's an endless list of things to do in Peoria, as you've stated. So if you had to recommend people one thing to do in your book, first thing they do if they purchase the book, what would it be?
The first thing I would, like, if you're a shopper, look in the shopping section. If you're into festivals or carnivals or anything like that, you know, pick the section of the book. There's 5 sections. So just for argument's sake, if I were to tell somebody, there's also itineraries in there. If you're here in June, let's say if you're here in June, I would recommend you come during the Moss Avenue sale, which was started when I was a little girl. I grew up a block away from there. Yes. Go to the Moss Avenue sale, go over to a couple blocks away on Main Street, eat at One World, which is one of my favorite places in the universe.
I have yet to go there.
Oh, it's
so
amazing.
Good.
And then go on over to like the Moon Dancer and Urban Artifacts and Lit on Fire. So there's just so many, and that's just one of our older sections of the city.
Wow.
So don't say there's nothing to do.
Well, before we go, can you tell people where we can purchase your book?
Absolutely. So you can buy it from Reedy Press. You can buy it on Amazon, and in person, which was really a surprise the other day. I was not expecting it. You can buy it at Barnes & Noble. They had 2 stacks: Urban Artifacts, Relics, Moon Dancer, Stems by Allison, Little Shop of Hoarders, and a few other places.
All right.
So.
Wow. Well, Molly Cruz and Bishop, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
And we will share all of these details on our website, that's ciproud.com.